Good day, poster. We are Group H and will be presenting our business proposal entitled Algae-derived food and drink products. To start with, let me begin by presenting our business trade name and the problem statement. Trade name. This company will be like an ARAME algae that grows in tropical locations as an idea of having a successful business trade name in numerous market contests. It is also sounded like aroma, mostly heard in every delicious food product, or simply meant as the smell that will also satisfy the appetite of every customer.
According to some authors, a good way to create catchy, memorable business names is to use alternate versions of common words related to the service or product you're offering. In our case, our planned product is about algae. For the business more appealing, we find a simple but catchy name. It sounds pleasant, familiar, and conjures up positive emotions. It also needs to be easy to pronounce and remember. The stakeholders choose ARAME because the name is a play on the word attention, which is somewhat relatable to the product itself. In relation to this, ARAME is a type of algae and seaweed that grows native to the tropical Pacific Sea water. ARAME has a pleasant flavor and includes a lot of iodine.
Next is the logo. The logo symbolizes the kind of product that the company will show to the market, which is the algae or seaweed products that will satisfy each customer's health and being.
As depicted in the screen, the symbol of the algae also depicts growing and aiming for sustainable development in the food product industry, an icon that shows movement and competitiveness in the growing business ecosystem and how our product optimizes organic in the field of supplies and the process. The icon of the company is made up of various shades of green, which indicates the projected journey of the business. The company aims for healthy living, growth, and sustainability. That is why we choose the color of life, which is green, to represent our mission.
The slogan: Lived and feel better in seconds, easy wellness, easy nutrition, and simply organic.
Live and feel better in seconds. The slogan depicts the kind of product that the company needs to indicate in the market. Algae plants are rich in vitamins that will nurture every customer's life to attain healthy living. The healthier the food you eat every single day, the longer your life will last. Thus, that will simply define healthy living in seconds. Wellness directly promotes advocacy for having a healthy existence. Simple wellness for collecting vitamins and minerals from algae, as well as making the customer's life easier. Easy nutrition promotes ways to get nutrition from algal food items provided by the corporation. Furthermore, to improve each customer's health, provides simple access to specialized nutrition that algae may deliver. And lastly, simply organic. The business will not be using additives and preservation chemicals, thus it is raw processed foods and it is simply organic.
The problem statement. With rapidly increasing global food demand, one of the most pressing issues in today's world is how to feed the people for the next 50 years. We must be prepared to produce more food while using fewer resources than we do now. This necessitates new perspective in sustainable food production. This can be accomplished in three ways. First is the alternative proteins and other nutrients. Second is the changes to existing manufacturing systems and the shift in consumers' perception and behavior.
The meat sector contributes significantly to greenhouse gas and other pollution emissions. Meat is a wonderful source of protein and a decent supply of micronutrients, both of which are required for optimum health. We must consider how to fulfill the growing protein demand in a sustainable and healthful manner. This business plan will concentrate on the health, community, and environmental benefits that algae or the seaweeds bring, as well as altering the customer's perception and teaching them about algae, especially the ARAME, algae-derived food and supplements. As a solution for the stated problems, the algae farm has the potential to transform almost every industry on the planet. Algae is cheap, grows quickly, contains more protein than soybeans, and is 5,000 times the iron of spinach.
Key stakeholders. The first major stakeholder in our business is the owners, who will be represented on the board of directors. This is the group of people who are in charge of the administrative and operational processes in the business, as well as determining the committee's composition and functions. Following is the key customer groups, which is primarily composed of local people and restaurant owners. They are regarded as stakeholders since they will be the one to provide insights to develop and refine the products, services, and customer service. Next is the employees, who are in charge of making, selling, and giving excellent customer service. Another key stakeholder is the suppliers, particularly the manufacturers of food packaging materials and food processing equipment. They will be responsible for providing the materials required to pack the products safely and presentably, as well as the machinery and equipment used in the production. Next is the regulatory agencies, which include the Food and Drug Administration and the Bureau of Internal Revenue. They will be the one to handle the regulatory framework to make sure that the business will operate legally. Lastly is the financial community, which will offer access to funds and make it easier to use finances for transactions and operations.
How does it work? We have 6 procedures in the step-by-step production of our business. First is growing. The general approach is to suspend a series of lines of 10 meters in length between 2 posts, which are usually made of wood. Seaweeds are generally cultivated in lagoons or sheltered bays. The small cuttings are attached to a line with short lengths of string known as tie-tie at a density of 5 cuttings per meter of line. In nature, these seaweeds live attached to a solid substrate. A single cutting of 100 grams can reach a weight of 1 kilogram in 20 to 40 days, which could yield at least 8 separate harvests per year. Next is harvesting. The algae were collected in a randomized pattern with no regard for their age or size. The lines are regularly checked and the seaweeds harvested during the 2 spring tides periods, at which time the farmers can work on foot or with boats and machinery, such as rakes or trawlers. Mesh bags, which allows water to drain, are ideal for collecting and transporting seaweeds. Next is cleaning. The processing of algae begins with washing to remove debris such as sands, shells, and small creatures. They are then thoroughly cleaned with molecular water to ensure they are free from epiphytes, foreign biota, and other surface contamination. It can also wash with distilled water, then chop into small pieces and liquidize using an electronic blender. The liquidized seaweed was then filtered, and the filtrate collected to the spray drying process and is carefully controlled by adjusting conveyor speed and temperature. Next is spray drying method. There are many methods of seaweed processing, and the most popular method is drying, which is the oldest known method for preserving the food. Since major content of seaweed is liquid compound, therefore the production of seaweed powder using a spray drying technique was considered an appropriate process technique. Dried seaweed has many advantages compared to fresh seaweeds. Basically, the drying process preserved seaweed by removing enough moisture from the food to prevent it from decaying. Next is packaging. Our business proposals are taking steps to create a pro-environment and pro-social industry. We consider packaging not only in economic terms but also environmental, social, and ethical, and we are constantly looking for a solution aimed at improving packaging presence on the market and adapting them to the state and changing requirements of the market, society, and the environment. Next is distribution. Distribution is a process of getting your product into your target market. Our business distribution are classified into 2 types, direct and indirect distributions. The product will be distributed directly to the customer by company because by interacting with customer directly, we retain a lot of control over our product and respond to the product performance and customer feedback. While the indirect distributors will have shared shipping and storage costs, and it makes easier for customer to find our business product. We can also benefit from the third party's experience in infrastructures and sales force. It can also avoid the complexity of managing distribution logistics.
The features and benefits of ARAME. The features and benefits of ARAME. Our product is not an ordinary food product that we offer because our team focuses on the nutrients that could provide our main only source of product, that we conduct different research and experience to first try our product before we can sell it to the market. It has a huge help to us not only because it is an ordinary plant that lives in aquatic area, but also it is a healthy living food and drink that could satisfy the customer's stomach and also to keep them healthy as well. The customers' benefits that they can get in ARAME are there are no unnatural ingredients and preservatives added to the product because it is a purely organic product that came from owned farm of ARAME in which it is well maintained and protected from any pesticides and any other living organisms that could harm the algae. It is a health supplement with antioxidant and inflammatory properties because ARAME is abundant in omega-3 fatty acids that cool the inflammatory agents that can diminish blood congeal in our body. It contains DHA omega-3 that essentials during pregnancy to help the brain grow and the fetus support a healthy pregnancy. It is good for the heart because of the algae oil known to control heart rate that reduces blood pressure, blood clotting, overall inflammation, and improve the cardiovascular health. It can lose weight that is something which naturally occurs in a carotenoid pigment found in a brown algae that increases thermogenic and promote burning fats. It is a possible cancer fighter because there are some studies that show many types of parasites can slow down the growth of cancer cells in both animals. It is a heavy metal detoxification because of the Carla, a type of algae that naturally chelator in our body removes this heavy metal that results in toxic or chronic poisoning, which possibly can cause dysfunction in the brain and central nervous system.
Timeline and milestones. In year 1, we had already finalized the product, then we will conduct a search and purchase for the ideal location of the algae farm, as well as the submission of requirements for the business permit and licenses. Year 2 will be spent on algae cultivation, concept testing, and product experiments. The following year is where we will look for the location intended for the food station. Once settled, it will be immediately purchased or constructed. Along with that, the assets and stock required for the food station's operations will be purchased. Year 4 is the hiring of employees and the start of marketing operations. If the food station proves popular, we plan to expand the business on the online platform. Year 5 is aimed to invite external business partners. If the business succeeds, we plan to branch out into other areas of Davao and neighboring cities.
SWOT analysis. SWOT stands for strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Strengths of our business. First is that it has the best quality of algae production. It is organic based, also it is eco-friendly, and this business is in business partnership. We are promoting an eco-friendly environment to our establishment as well as to our products. We are adhering to provide the best quality of algae products. Also, products are organic based and directly promote advocacy in living a healthy life. Lastly, it is a business partnership where everyone works in solidarity. It is a great deal of undertaking improvement, advancement, and solving problems since every member works adequately. Weaknesses of our business. It will be less recognized since it is new to the market. Since the business, particularly the product, is new, it will be less recognized by the people, but the team will work hard in promoting it so that our weakness will become one of our strengths. Opportunities of our business includes it has a unique establishment structure, unique concept, and affordable price. The business will have more franchise if it will succeed in the market, and also our product is FDA approved. Our business has a unique concept, unique establishment structure, and affordable price. A very new organic product that FDA approved. If the business will succeed, expected that there will be a lot more franchises. Threats of our business. If our product will boom to the market, there will be a lot of imitations. Soon, due to the prosper of our business, competitors will take advantage of imitating the idea of our business to make one for their own.
The final report. The use of seaweed as food has strong roots in Asian countries such as China, Japan, and the Republic of Korea, but demand for seaweed as food has now also spread to North America, South America, and Europe. Global demand for seaweed has increased in tandem with increased usage outside of traditional application, and the Philippines is a major supplier of seaweeds to the world, especially in Mindanao areas. Our ARAME products will aid in the introduction of both local and international product at low cost. ARAME algae are not a typical food product. It focuses on the nutrients that could be the product's sole source. We conduct various studies and have first-hand experience with our products before selling them to the marketplace. The business team provides a kind of station in the market that sells algae processed food and drinks that have the trade name ARAME and are approved by the Food and Drugs Administration or FDA. For example, processed foods are bread spread, nutritious drinks, algae seasonings, algae biscuits, crackers, and even pasta sauce. The station also provides its own algae farming, which helps to support the business that will not spend much more money on purchasing algae plants. The station also provides its own algae farming, which helps to support the business that will not spend much more money on purchasing algae plants. Seaweed farming provides alternative and additional income to fishermen. Hence, coastal aquaculture generates income for coastal population, without adding to the alleged overexploitation of fishery resources in the country. There are numerous technologies available for producing seaweed, but optimization and more efficient developments are still needed. We conclude that some fundamentals and significant obstacles must still be overcome in order to realize the potential contributions that seaweed cultivation can make to the